Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2020 general readings. We are looking at the first half of July from the 1st through the 15th. And this reading is for the fire sign of Leo, our lovely lions. Welcome everyone. As always, I hope you are all well and safe and maintaining in a year that has turned out to be unlike any other years in my life. Thank you for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, donating, everything that all of you have done and continue to do in support of this channel. Always welcome and appreciated, even if it's nothing more than just taking the time to tune in, although liking, sharing, subscribing, and all of that is always welcome as well. Okay, so let's dive right in. Leo, the first half of July 2020. So that's Leo Sun, Moon, Rising. If your Venus is in Leo, if you're cross-watching for a Leo, watch all of your signs if you know them, if you can, because they can all bring in different aspects of what's going on in your life and help you kind of navigate through this short period of time a little better. If any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading or information. Just click on the little arrow below the description link. You'll see some contact info and details there. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I can usually respond with more information within the same day or the first 24 hours. And as I do readings full-time, I'm usually pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedules and my own to get readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. All right, let's get into this Leo. The first 2 weeks of July 2020. For those of you who need to know or want to know, I am using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, and if we need to clarify, I will be using the Gilded Tarot. Okay, Leo. Let's see what the first half of July has in store for our lovely lions. Okay, Leo. We begin with the Ace of Coins, or Pentacles as it's known in other decks, followed by, the Ten of Coins. We have the Ten of Swords, followed by the Four of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, the overall focus and energy is faith, which is known as the Hierophant or the Pope in other decks. I have blue fingernails today. My daughter thought it would be kind of cool. I'm not quite so sure. Okay. So the general focus or general energy is faith. Again, also called the Hierophant or the Pope. So this usually represents what gives you a solid foundation. It can represent organized religions, like literally faith or religious a religious or spiritual path, organizations, large institutions. Sometimes it can represent a person in your life that holds a position of, like pastor or counselor or something of that sort. It's the tried and true, it's walking the established path, not walking on the grass, kind of going along with or being part of, a large group of people or an ideology that is shared by a lot of different people. Sometimes there's a little bit of sacrifice of individuality or self-expression, but The payout is that you get to belong and have that kind of umbrella of shelter of walking a certain path in which you're not alone. So that's the general energy. We have the Ace of Coins, followed by the Ten of Coins for the first week or so of July. So coins or pentacles is governed by the element of earth, and this is all about often the physical structure of our day-to-day life. It can be finances, it can be dollars and cents, financial things, material things, possessions, your physical environment, your physical self. If you're solid, stable, have a sense of continuity in that area of your life, or the efforts we put into attaining those things, whether it's physical things or emotional things that give us that sense of, stability and security. So, Ace, the number one, the start of something new, a new opportunity. The Ace of Coins would be a more practical new opportunity. This is often a card that shows up for a new job, a new project, starting a new project, a new job, moving or relocating, or moving and relocating for a new job. And what clarifies it is the Ten of Coins. So in the Ace of any suit is the potential of the 10. The 10 is the absolute most, the fulfillment, the achievement, the most of the energy of that suit. So the 10 of Coins is long-term stability and security with finances, with material issues, long-term relationships and marriages. The Ace of Coins can sometimes represent inheritance, something which has to do with inheritance. So maybe for some of you, faith is, a legal institution of some kind or laws of some kind around an inheritance, like the division of estate. Because sometimes the Ace of Coins can also represent an unexpected sum of money or resources that enable you to have some kind of fresh new practical start. So for example, some of you might be actually dealing with, some kind of inheritance or property issue because the Ten of Coins has a strong connection to home and family money, family business, family estate. So maybe some of you are receiving or in the process of dealing with, lawyers or certain laws in terms of, receiving some money or property or resources from, a division of estate from, relatives or parents or something like that, or a payout in terms of, investments, investments of some kind. It could also be, like buying your first home or, getting a loan to, buy your first home, or getting a loan or some money to start some kind of new project. So for many of you, the faith card, as kind of your umbrella energy, might be the institution that you are, or the people, the legal stuff that you are working with. It could be that some of you have just gotten a new job that might be starting out at an entry-level position, but really has a lot of opportunity to grow as time goes on, because faith can also represent, large institutions and organizations, universities, maybe a course of learning or something like that. So, a brand new practical beginning for you that holds the potential, that carries within it the potential to become, long-term stability and security. Not having to worry about finances or money, or, at least having that comfortable base. Now, we have the Ten of Swords and the Four of Wands, which is interesting because we have two tens here, which typically represent, tens usually represent a cycle coming to an end, or to an achievement, fulfillment, the circle closing kind of energy. But the Ten of Swords can be a rather difficult one because it's a card that can represent betrayal, feeling stabbed in the back, thrown under the bus, although it is at an end. The worst has happened, or is whatever is happening that seems very challenging. It ends after this. And it's sitting right next to the Ace of Coins, so I'm not sure if there's some disappointment perhaps in a new beginning, or maybe you were promised some kind of new beginning, or you're waiting for that thing to come in. Maybe you're waiting for that payout or that inheritance or something of that sort, and it doesn't happen. We'll clarify. Because what accompanies it and clarifies it is the Four of Wands, which is a card that can also point to happy home, celebrations around home and family, celebrations that include family and home. The Four of Wands usually represents kind of that feeling. It's sort of a happy anticipation feeling of preparing for like a social event. This is a card that can represent weddings, marriages, anniversaries, graduations, birthday party, some kind of social event that you're preparing for. So there's this anticipatory energy, and it can be around a social event that includes friends and family and home. It's also a card of unexpected blessings and happy surprises, and it is sitting right next to the Ten of Coins, which also has a strong connection to home and family as well. It looks like, Leo, that you're anticipating something, waiting on something, expecting to get something, and you're sort of disappointed, or it's not coming through, or there's more obstacles or hurdles. It might be, again, waiting on something financial or resource-wise in regards to the actual property or home, or, again, money that you're waiting on. It can also represent that you might be, there might be an actual event that you're trying to prepare for, whether you're hosting something itself, or you're wanting to go to something else, maybe, because the Four of Wands can be family reunions, weddings, anniversaries, and you're waiting for the money or the resources to be able to do it, and you're anticipating that, but at the last minute it doesn't come through, or there's some kind of disappointment there, so that you can't have this party, or you don't have the money to go to travel to it, or, to see family and friends or something of that sort. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords. The Nine of Wands. Okay. Right. So all is not lost here, Leo. So the Ten of Swords is kind of like feeling betrayed or stabbed in the back or thrown under the bus, or like there's this deep disappointment. So what's that about? The Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is needing to push through one last obstacle or hurdle or challenge or delay in order to achieve the completion that you're looking for. Remember, tens represent a cycle ending or coming to a completion, fulfillment point. Here we're at a 9, the Nine of Wands. So here's this soldier who's been through, battle after battle. You've already been through a great deal, right? And just when you think you're just about wrapping it up, here's this group of wands. You've run into yet another obstacle, challenge, delay, something, and you've withdrawn a bit, and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought this was over. Can't I just be over? I want to give over. I feel like giving up. I feel discouraged. Should I keep going? How can I keep going? Should I give up? So depending on what your story is, Leo, for those of you that I'm reading for, something has come in, you're waiting on something, or you're trying to manifest something, and it's like you're waiting for some kind of resources or help or something, or trying to pull, all of that together so that you can do this thing, start this thing, travel to this thing, or organize, this thing. And it's like at the 11th hour, you've been hit with, oh, you need to fill out more, like if it's a loan or something to do with inheritance. Oh, you need to fill out this more forms. Oh, you need to, we need to have another hearing. Or, oh, there's another delay, or you're going to have to wait so much longer. If you're trying to get the money to start something new or travel, or, something to do with a social event or something of that sort. Again, it's the same thing. There's some kind of like last minute hurdle and delay. We have the World and the Six of Cups that are the cards that come next. So definitely some major changes happening. The Six of Cups is a card of history, and also can connect with family as well. Maybe it's, maybe some of you, maybe it has to do with like the quarantine and travel, and you're trying to get to some kind of event where there's family and friends. You're maybe anticipating being able to travel to this or to them somehow, and the plans have changed, or you can't get the flight, or it's been delayed, or something of that sort. I don't feel, Leo, like it's an absolute no, it's the end of the story, the end of the road. It's just one last obstacle or hurdle or delay that you have to get through. Let's take a little bit of a peek at, I think for some of you, this is kind of like anticipating that you're going to be able to go to a function or travel, family, friends, something, and, things are starting to open up a bit more, but, again, like at the 11th hour, you're hearing that it has to change somehow. There's some other hoop you have to go through, whether that's an actual thing you have to do or just waiting a little bit longer. So let's pull some advice and guidance for what the best way is to navigate through this energy. Remember, we're only looking at a pretty short period of time, the first half of July. So what's the best way for Leo to kind of get through this time, navigate through this time? Keep in mind, remember, focus on okay. We have some repeating cards. So your advice on how best to navigate through this. We have the Hermit, which is kind of walking a bit of a solitary path right now, gaining some wisdom, insight, and illumination. And then we have the Four of Wands again. So you have this Four of Wands twice. This thing that I think you're waiting for or wanting to go to, or people you want to be with, or something of that kind, for those of you for whom that resonates, it's coming up again. So again, with this Nine of Wands, I feel like it's just whatever the block or the delay is, I don't think it's going to last very long. Wands is also, in my tarot world, the season of summer too. So I don't think you're going to have to wait very long for this thing to move again, to continue its energy, continue moving forward. Again, it feels like travel for some of you, quite distinctly, like going to a family reunion or just traveling to see family and friends, or trying to have some kind of event where you can bring people together. And, it's like, probably because of the pandemic, which the world can represent global events too, you just can't. There's a delay. I feel like it's more of a delay. It's not a no so much as it's just a delay because, this thing has to happen first, so you have to wait this long, fill in the blank. The Four of Wands is also a card of unexpected blessings and happy surprises. And in that case, it's not a period of indeterminate time. It's usually something that's coming in within several weeks period of time. So I don't think you're going to have to wait too long for movement to resume in whatever this is for you. Probably in the last half of July, or by the end of July and the beginning of August, is when you're going to be able to resume this, or plans are back on, or you've done what you needed to do in order to keep this moving forward if it's like a legal issue or something of that sort. So just patience, I think, is required here, and just kind of pushing through that last little bit, Leo. So Leo, that is your reading for the first half of July. I hope that you found it useful and helpful in kind of navigating through the next couple of weeks. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July mid-month readings. If any of these readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading or information, just click on that description link below. You can email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again soon, in a couple of weeks. I hope you can come back and join me here. Stay safe and well, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.